Welcome to one more book launch event. My name is Neetu, the host for today on behalf of Adhyan Books. आशा करती हूँ कि आपको हमारे नए बुक्स के ऑथर से मिलना, उन्हें जानना पसंद आ रहा होगा। कमेंट सेक्शन में जरूर बताएं। Thank you all for joining us today for the launch of 15 Points to Conquer Your Emotions by Dr. Manisha Kumari Deep. We are excited to celebrate this incredible journey towards understanding, guide on balancing and controlling emotions. Let's start by introducing the mind behind this insightful book. Dr. Manisha Kumari Deep started her career doing research in an uncharted domain and got her doctoral thesis published as a book titled Organic IT Infrastructure Planning and Implementation. She is a writer, researcher, associate professor, YBN University, certified independent director, and entrepreneur. She has more than 60 publications. Some of her popular novels are The Trial of Hope, Two Moms, and An Alien Land. Her book, Social Media Marketing Author Query Decoded, received lots of attention from readers. Her recent articles on Dr. Manisha Kumari Deep shares about censoring emotion and its importance gathered around 63 million views. This book on 15 points to conquer your emotions is a practical guide to help readers in controlling, understanding, and conquering their emotions. Step by step, help books with handhold the readers and enable them in practically implementing in their lives. So अब आइए इनकी किताब के बारे में कुछ बताना चाहूंगी. 15 points to conquer your emotion. Troubled by your negative feelings, feel like you are not happy whereas rest of the worlds are happy. Need help to deal with your emotions and understanding them, you have chosen the right book. The main point is to understand your emotion and learn how to handle them. The tricks and techniques given in this book will guide you in understanding and managing your emotions better. This book is for everyone above 15 years of age who have trouble understanding the emotions and feelings. Those who are confused about what they should do when they are feeling conscious or sad must read this book and follow what is suggested here. 15 simple copy strategies that are given here to deal with negative emotion should be mastered for smooth functioning of thoughts and emotions. Simple exercise given in this book will help you master these techniques. Important point is not just to read, but to implement in your daily life. So, please join me in welcoming Manisha Kumari Deep. Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Hello, Neetu. I'm good.
Thank
How
you, ma'am,
about
for
you?
joining the event. So,
Yes.
so now we would like to open the floor to questions. If anyone has questions about the book regarding the balancing and controlling emotions, feel free to ask in the comment section. So, ma'am, 15 points to conquer your emotion. So why did you choose to write on emotions?
Actually, emotion, as everybody hears day to day in our life, emotion. अरे यार इमोशनली अच्छा नहीं लग रहा, इमोशनली आज थोड़ा लो लग रहा है, आज मुझे गुस्सा आ रहा है या सैड लग रहा है, इमोशन सही नहीं जा रहा है, आज बात मत कर. These are the common things that we use in day to day life, but it's not as simple as we say. Emotion is a very complex function, and every minute there is a new set of emotions that you need to manage. Sometimes it can be like a good emotion, sometimes it can be a bad or positive, negative emotion. So you start to feel low when you have a negative emotion, and you go on a high when you have a positive emotion. So it's not very simple, like, okay, आज sad लग रहा है, चलो चुटकी बजाते हैं, now अब अच्छा लगेगा. But it's not that. You have to work on your emotion to come out of that situation. And it is not very simple to manage. So out of curiosity, I chose to write on this book.
Definitely, ma'am. And in our day-to-day lives, we are having some good emotions, some bad emotions. Sometimes we feel bad, sometimes we feel good. So it's a part of our day-to-day activities as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So why is emotion a complex function?
Emotion, I feel, is a complex function because every event in our life triggers a set of emotions. Suppose we went out and we attended a birthday party, so we feel happy about it. We're in a party, we're meeting our relatives, friends, so we are in a good mood today. Suppose we went in a funeral, a set of emotion is not good. We are sad, we are crying, we are seeing people cry about it. So every event which is there triggers a new set of emotion in us. You might sometimes store it as a memory, or you might sometimes try to forget if it's not a good emotion. Like if somebody died, somebody got hurt, you don't want to keep remembering it all your life about that incident. If you saw some road accident, you would like to forget it. यार बहुत बहुत बुरा था, अच्छा नहीं लगा देख के. You go ahead and you help out that set of people that way. So every event that triggers an emotion in you, and then you try to sometimes, if it's good, you keep it in your memory. If it's a marriage ceremony that you attended, a birthday party or an event or an inauguration, anything, something good that you attend, you try to keep it in your memory, click pictures, keep trying to, go back to revisit the past, go through those pictures, try to remember how happy you were and what all you did then. But if it's not good, you try to forget it. And forgetting can be not very simple, can be daunting sometimes. Like it might take you days to forget some event, or it might take you even years. Suppose you have a simple fight in an office, you might forget in few days, you might patch up. But if it's something more deeper, you might remember it for a couple of years. Even with your friend, if you might have a fight sometime, or on a street, you might have a fight due to some reason. Somebody came and banged your car, and you were like, "What is this? How could you bang me?" You had a heated argument there because your back head the headlight broke up, and you'll have to pay for it now. You didn't have an insurance, it was a new car. So many things come into picture. So depending on that, you try to remember it, or you यार बहुत बेकार था, याद नहीं करा वो मुझे. Sometimes we say that ना. So you might try to forget that event. It might not be very simple. It might take even years to forget that. So emotion is not very simple. It's a complex function.
डेफिनेटली मैम, एंड इट्स ऑल्सो अफेक्ट आवर लाइफ एज वेल। अगर हम हमेशा अगर गलत बात के बारे में सोचेंगे तो वही चीजें हमारे साथ मैनिफेस्ट भी होती रहती हैं।
सही
सो
बात है.
डेफिनेटली। सो व्हाई डू यू थिंक इमोशन कैन बी कॉन्क्योर्ड?
Emotion can be conquered because not everybody can do it. You have to train yourself to conquer your emotions. When I say train yourself, then whatever you say, whatever you think, whatever you do, that should go in hand in hand. It should be balanced. It's not that you're doing something, you're saying something, and you're thinking something else. If everything is not in coordination, it will become a mess. It can't go be a fluent activity. Anything, like even if you're cooking, and while cooking, maybe you are. Watching TV, and instead of onion, you put a lot of green chilies in it. The whole food got spoiled. So everything has to go hand in hand, and balance is very important to conquer your emotion.
आई जस्ट आस्क वन मोर क्वेश्चन मैम। बेसिकली हम बोलते हैं कि अगर हमारा मूड मतलब कि अच्छा नहीं है और व्हेन वी आर कुकिंग तो हम अपने इमोशंस डाल रहे हैं अपने खाने के अंदर, तो ये चीजें भी बहुत इफेक्ट करती कि हमारे इमोशंस फिर हम कैरी फॉरवर्ड कर रहे टू दैट अदर पर्सन।
Yeah, very true, very true.
सो द टाइटल से 15 पॉइंट्स टू कॉन्क्योर योर इमोशन, व्हाई ओनली 15 पॉइंट्स?
See, I feel these days people have don't have much time to and patience to read long books, or novels. You keep hearing that circulation of novels have gone down. Now people are reading less. They are more on social media, and they are not reading much. So I feel people, when they have to look for some quick fixes, then they go ahead and they take up where they are 51 points to do something, or 10 points to do this, or 6 points to do this. So they would look for quick fixes. So that is why I thought like it should be simple, and just 15 points, main things which they can, simple things that they can follow in their life if they want to trouble a bit. It might help them.
That's true, ma'am. That's true. Because like 21 days challenge to lose weight,
Yeah.
that can change your life. So because एक flow बन जाता है आपका life में.
Yeah.
Okay. So who are your target readers basically?
Target, it's a simple book, so people above 15 years, children 15 above can read this book till any age.
Okay. And what are some common negative emotions that people struggle with and how can be identified?
See, some as I talk initially also like about some common negative emotions that people feel. I said sadness, you're very sad, or angry when you're angry about the situation. Other thing can be loneliness. You look forward for your friends visit when you're lonely, or your family visit. If you're a single person, a bachelorette, or just staying alone, working, and somebody comes over, you plan so much ahead. Okay, this person is coming. Let me go out. Let me make something up that will, we'll have a good time sitting together, eating, ordering something from outside. This person likes this, let me order this thing for that person, he'll be happy to see. So just to come out of that emotion, build a good relationship with some person, we go ahead, try to realize that, and then do it. So like anger, fear, anxiousness, loneliness, sometimes guilt. Sometimes guilt is also a negative emotion, and if some person develops that due to any reason, it can be very harmful for long run. If he's not able to, come out of that guilt, or not able to find a solution, or somebody doesn't forgive him for something, and that forgiveness, craving for that forgiveness is also a sort of, negative emotion which is there in you. So it's not so easy to, find, say, okay, right now I'm angry. No, no, yaar, बुरा लग रहा है, दुखी लग रहा है, गुस्सा नहीं आ रहा है, frustrating लग रहा है. Again, that situation starts to come. You get confused. So you have to sit down peacefully, think what is the matter, why are you feeling that way, note it down sometimes. Even if there is a friend with you or a family who is close to you, you need to talk to it, try to even take their opinion on that सेम मैटर. गुस्से में बोल दिया तो यार तुम फ्रस्ट्रेटेड हो, क्या आ गया, मतलब परेशान हो, क्यों ऐसे बोल रहे हो. Sometimes people question you back. So sometimes your friends and family become important in that situation.
Definitely, ma'am. And emotional censoring is not a very known term. So, how do you describe it for new readers, no voice readers?
See, emotional censoring definitely is not a very widespread term that every day we use it in everyday life or day-to-day conversation. In a very simple term, I can say is it is not about fanning your negative emotion. You shouldn't fan your negative emotion, which can be damaging for others also, like religious emotions. A very simple example and the most complicated example I would say is a religious emotion.
Definitely,
A
ma'am.
feeling religion one has for oneself, and then another religion, how do you feel about that religion? You are accepting to that religion, you are non-accepting. How are your like beliefs about it? Are they orthodox or conservative about it? How do you portray it to others when you're talking about it, or how do you feel about it? Are you accepting it? Yeah, a simple thing, maybe even the religion system, the caste system that we have in India. We talk about religion, the caste system that we have, one caste not supporting other caste, one religion or supporting other religion. So that's a big gap. So the biggest example of emotional censoring can be religious emotion.
Definitely, ma'am. And okay, that's great, ma'am. So, can you share an example of an exercise from the book that reader might find particularly helpful?
Yeah, I have suggested a exercise where while you start reading the book, so after going a few pages, I have suggested that you should sit with a pen and paper and what emotion you're feeling at that very moment about anything, a situation or an event or a person, or in general, whatever you're feeling at that moment before, while reading, while you picked up to read that book and why you picked up to read that book, you should note it down. And when you finish it, then you should think, okay, these were the things, what I was feeling then, what I'm feeling now about, and how I am approaching that problem. You can make a note of it and approach it in that direction. If you can manage it on your own, well and good. If you think it's beyond your capacity to do, there are a lot of emotions, there are a lot of grievances or guilt that you have, or negative feeling, or situation which is very bad for you, which has impacted you, or a person who is bothering you. So you might even take a professional help if you're not able to do it on your own.
Definitely, ma'am. So, how important is to practice the technique consistently for long-term emotional well-being, ma'am?
Simple. The task that has been given is not very elaborate, and you don't need to go ahead and do very complex things. So even if you give 15 minutes of your time a day just to do one at a time, and try inculcating it in your daily life, like just thinking positive. 15 minutes, I'll not have any negative thought in my life. In that 15 minutes, I'll not have any negative thought. I'll just have positive things about anything which is coming to my mind. Even if it's bad, I'll try to find out something good in it. So that could be a simple task that from where you can start and go ahead.
Definitely, ma'am. And what advice does the book offer to someone who feels overwhelmed by their emotions, ma'am?
See, if you are feeling overwhelmed, it's not a normal emotional state. And if you have been going through this for a long period of time and not able to sort it out to handle it, I would suggest getting help professionally. It's beyond your capacity, or, just family or friends. It's beyond that.
Yes, ma'am. And how can understanding emotions improve relationship with others as well?
See, until unless you understand your own emotion, what you are going through, how you are feeling, if you're in a good emotional state or not, you will not be able to understand anyone else's emotions. If you are troubled on your own, there's something, suppose there's something in your life going on or in your family which is going on, then you are not in a mental peaceful state to understand anyone's else peaceful state or disturbed state. So to understand others or to have a better relationship with others, you have to first be in a good state.
Yes, ma'am. So, are there specific strategies in the book aimed at managing anxiety and sadness? Because this anxiety and sadness is a part of emotion only.
Yeah, to manage anxiety and sadness, what I can say that, first thing is caring about yourself. Self-care, when you think about yourself, okay, right now I'm not in a very good mood. I'm feeling nervous, I'm crying, I'm anxious. So I'll just sit down. So self-care, realization that this is going on with me and I am not feeling well. So that is the first step. Communicating with somebody can be second thing which can come handy.
Definitely, ma'am. So, how can readers measure their progress in conquering their emotion over time?
See, it's not a 1 day task or a 2 day task. You need to be consistent with it and it will take time. If it's not your problems are not very big because it's you who can analyze I'm in a big trouble or a small trouble. Even if you're not able to realize, you talk to somebody who will say, यार ये तो बड़ा बड़ा समस्या है, किसी से पूछ करके या किसी की मदद ले करके, मतलब तेरे कैपेसिटी की बाहर है, you'll need help. People say sometimes if you share it across. So one thing I would say, you share it with somebody if you are not able to realize how big the problem is. And if you find it's big, then you need to seek professional help. It's beyond your capacity because that is very important. Not sitting on that problem and thinking अब क्या करे नहीं. So this part has also been suggested कि आगे देखो, professionally help लो.
Ma'am, emotion can affect your personal and professional life as well.
Yeah, definitely. If you are not in a very good mood when you go to office, the first thing your boss says, ऐसा क्या कर दिया, ये काम ऐसे कर दिया होता, ये कल हो जाना चाहिए था, आज क्यों कर दिया, क्या दिक्कत है? सर, हर काम तो कर देती हूँ, आप आज बोल रहे हो कल ऐसा ऐसा हो गया, आप तो समझ नहीं रहे हैं, आप मुझे ही बोल रहे हैं उसकी वजह से काम रुका था, फिर मेरी गलती नहीं है, आप मुझे ही पिन पॉइंट कर रहे हैं. So immediately we'll backfire, we'll bring two people inside in that conversation. Maybe उनकी गलती नहीं भी थी और थोड़ी सी थी, तो जो हमें जरूरी नहीं थी हम हाईलाइट करें, पर हमने कर दी उस वक्त. तो जब तक हम अपने इमोशंस के कंट्रोल में नहीं है, हमारा अपना इमोशनल स्टेट कंट्रोल में नहीं है, हम दूसरों पे तुरंत बैकफायर कर देंगे या सिचुएशन अच्छे से नहीं हैंडल कर पाएंगे.
Definitely, ma'am. So, what recommendation does the book provide for dealing with setbacks during the emotional management progress, ma'am? Process.
Uh, See, when you are going through an emotional management progress, if you get stuck somewhere, you have to restart from where you left. And if you're not able to do that, you don't know how to do it again, or you don't know where to take and how to do it, then you have to again seek help from others who are really professionals and can help you go through it. Or maybe if the problem is not very big, it is a small problem, still you need some advice or help, then you have your family and friends whom you can bank on.
Definitely, ma'am. So, how can someone integrate the book techniques into their daily routine?
As I said, maybe 15 minutes of time start with, and do the small things which are suggested there. If it's helping, you are good to go. If it's not helping, you have to seek professional help. You'll realize if you're feeling better, means it's helping you. If you're not feeling with what you are doing, you need to take professional help.
Definitely, ma'am. So, what are the potential long term benefits of mastering the coping strategies in this book, ma'am?
I think if a person is doing what is said and if it's feeling better, then the first thing which will come will be positive thinking. And the second thing would be to letting go attitude, not to hold on to anything and, get stuck to it.
Definitely, ma'am. So, how does the author's background or experience inform the advice given in the book, ma'am?
See, it's not that I just said it like this, that this should be done and this should not be done, and you should go ahead with this. I feel I said this because I read couple of books and articles on it. Then I wrote my articles also, like you stated it, which got 63 million views. Dr. Mincha kept Kumari sharing her views on emotional censoring and its importance. So this way, slowly I have developed an understanding to the subject, and then I decided to write on it so that it might help somebody.
Definitely, ma'am. So, what feedback have readers provided about the effectiveness of the techniques, ma'am?
I am still waiting for my readers to ping me on Twitter, which I have provided my Twitter ID there, that they can directly write to me and tell me if it's helping it, if it's not helping, what they're doing further. So that way.
Definitely, ma'am. So, any live examples that we can use these emotion techniques, 15 techniques that we can conquer our emotions and with in our daily in day-to-day life, ma'am?
First thing, when you sit and do, when you walk, take 5 minutes out, sit and do deep breathing. Give yourself, then sit and meditate. Think about your brain with no thoughts. Simple, calm, completely fresh. If it's not coming, what thought is coming in, not letting you do that. The first thing that you can do in the morning. Assertive and positive communication, communicating with your family and friends about it, or with somebody who's close to you, who understands you, who is reliable. And if it's not helping, then taking professional.
Definitely, ma'am. Definitely. So, that's great, ma'am. We have enjoyed a great session with you regarding the 15 points to conquer emotions that we can use in our day-to-day life. सो हम आपकी बुक का लिंक नीचे डिस्प्ले कर रहे हैं ताकि लोग जाएं उसको रीड करें और समझें 15 पॉइंट्स टू कॉन्क्योर योर इमोशन अ गाइड ऑन बैलेंसिंग एंड कंट्रोलिंग इमोशंस so one of the core message of this book is that it is not enough to simply read about emotional management. We can actively implement these strategies in our daily life. Each chapters offer practical exercise and coping mechanism that anyone over the age of 15 can apply, making it accessible to all. So, if you want to conquer your emotions and learn to live balanced and peaceful life, buy 15 points to conquer your emotions book now. Other articles, ebook, and books of the author have received a lot of acceptance and good reviews. It is accepted that this book will also be very useful for the readers. Thank you all for joining us and do not forget to share and subscribe. ऐसे ही हम न्यू बुक्स के ऑथर के साथ आते रहेंगे और आपसे उन्हें मिलाते रहेंगे. Thank you so much.